I know it's cute that I had to literally wait until night to get the Moonlight Dragon Lily, which rotates on Earth every 4 in real life hours. But, like, can we stop doing time-based mechanics based on the real-world clock? They're always so slow and tedious and annoying, and, like, I can understand mechanics based on server resets, because, you know, like, the server doing a check then makes a lot of sense. But when you're doing mechanics based on the time of day, you really should check and see if they're really worth doing or if it's just cute. Because I can mention a lot of games, Pokemon, where, you know, you don't really need to be waiting on that much time. Oh well. How's she going, my son? And welcome back to Warframe, the Silver Grove. Now, between episodes, because I actually had to physically wait, I got the Dragon Lily, because that's a night plant. Sunlight Thrushcone is obviously a day plant. Still don't know where to find the Dusklight Sarencia, or the crap she was calling it. Pardon me. So, I'm going to... I also had dinner. Geez, pardon me. I am going to check region. See if they have anything. Just broke 1 million endo. Wow. I mean, if you had enough cores, that was pretty easy to do. First new plant is on Ceres. That makes sense. That's actually where I was going to consider going, because she said absolute filth. Pollution, right? And she was also calling the Grenier filth. Because, I mean, genetically speaking, they are. They are, like, the most genetically bankrupt species in the game, because they are, they are excessively cloned over and over and over again from the same DNA. And, as any geneticist can tell you, that is not good. Never clone the clone. But unfortunately, that's all they had to work with. So, we got the Grenier we know and love to shoot today. Due to their unique method of reproduction. Okay. I'm not getting a heads up from the new Loki lady telling me the plant is here, so I'm just going to have to thumb it out myself. I mean, it can't be here. The ground is steel plating. I'd be fucking impressed to see a plant shoot through steel plating that isn't, like, an ancient oak or something. You know, like... Especially since these are all supposed to be, like, new construction. Because this is where the Grenier make... Oh yeah, I didn't scan these. This is where Grenier make the big battleships that we have to fight with the Arkwings during sometimes when that event comes up again. What I'm thinking is that it would be in one of those big piles of the toxic goop that gives you the, that actually toxics you, as if you were hit by a toxic attack. It's gotta be in one of those. Because, I mean, it's literally so toxic it hurts to touch. And if these things thrive in those kind of conditions, well, I mean, Bob's your uncle. Yeah, see, like this stuff here. That goop. Ugh, don't make me whip out my gun. I'm trying to do a thing with the scanner. Only problem is I don't think I can get down there. I'm pretty sure that is out of bounds. Yeah. There's one, like... There's a, location for it. Be in the pipe, maybe? Nope. Oh. There's a thing down here, though. Cool. Could be where a sabotage cache is if you're ever looking for one. You're welcome. Again, can't be here. I'm trying to think of the different pieces of this map. Like, the different puzzle pieces they slap together when they generate the map at the beginning of your mission to make them randomized. And I can't think of an area particularly suited to housing even a filthy plant, because everything's, like, paved over. Or steel plated over, or, I guess, alloy plated over. Ferrite plated over, you know, space metal. Ooh, space metal. So we got some dirt here, but it's like it's all rock. Like, even a plant that could live in filth would need soil to subsist the roots in, right? Unless it's a fungus. Fungus can grow on, like, any organic material, like, ever. Because it's pretty much just eating the decaying dead material anyway. Kind of creepy if you think about it. Yet at the same time, incredibly ingenious if you think about it. Nature's got a lot of little systems like that, and they're... I mean, it's... A lot of what mankind's science is just kind of cribbing off the cheat sheet that nature's given us. We just have to figure out how to make it work for us instead of the way she's got it set up. And, like, it can't be up here, because they're all, this is all, you know, artificial construction. Also, I just realized I'm supposed to be killing everyone in here. Whoops. Oh well. No big rush. No. Oh. Guardsman. Shit, did I kill him? Yes, I did. Damn it! I was trying to scan him. I actually need him. For the old codex. Like, there's a particular entrance tile set that would work perfectly for this. For finding these dirty plants, but, like, I didn't get it this map roll. So, like, is it not on this map at all now? Or is it somewhere else? Like, I couldn't tell. Ooh. Ooh. No? Damn. Balls. Gotta say, I don't mind a scavenger hunt like this. Like, at least I've got the planet where I should be looking. That was the one thing I wasn't the biggest fan of with the Inaros questline, as a point of comparison, is the scavenger hunt for the mobs you had to kill to power up the burial urn to resurrect Inaros, pretty much. You know, the souls you had to feed to the jar. That sort of thing. Like, I wasn't wild on that goose chase because it didn't even give you a planet where to start, and kind of technically this one didn't either, but, like, you know, I was able to just, like, casually go, hey, anyone know where the first one is? And they're like, hey, it's on Ceres. But, like, that's all I was given? Instead of being given, like, you know, it's specifically on this node at this time of day under this conditions, you know, like if I looked it up. Which, you know, if it gets really bad, I might look it up. But, like, the fact that I could secondhand the information for that pretty easily was good. But, like, with the Inaros one, you couldn't even tell what you were looking for until you, like, kind of stumbled upon it by accident. Because you had to match the face of the enemy you needed to kill with the inscription on the canoptic jar that you picked up in his tomb. And it wasn't always clear what was what. Particularly when you were dealing with infested enemies. And, like, one of the things you needed to find was juggernauts. Some people don't even know how to get those to spawn. You know, like, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You go to a mission that's high enough level and infested, and then when you piss off, you basically piss it off by killing enough infested in a certain time limit. Once Lotus is like, hey, the Leviathan is watching. That's not it either. The Juggernaut. There we go. That's the one I'm looking. That's the word I'm looking for. You know, the Juggernaut is watching. You better, you know, lay low. Or if you want to piss it off, kill as many things as possible. And you're just like, okay. And then you kill as many things as possible. It shows up, probably fucks you up once or twice because that thing is kind of an annoying fight. And then you get your whatever generic body part it drops. Rinse, repeat until you can make thingamajigs, and then you do the Atlas quest. Or you're doing the Inaros quest and you just had to kill Juggernauts. You know, same shit, different day. I gotta say, the only thing I did not like about the Atlas quest was the forced Arcwing component at the end. Like, I understand why, because you're fighting a creature that is literally, like, the size of a spaceship, and you're fighting it from the outside. Aha. Okay. So now we know what we're looking for. See, that definitely helps, too. Physically knowing what we're looking for. Because now all I have to do is the legwork of just finding another one. Which isn't that bad once I know all the parameters. Like any search, right? Like, if you're looking for something and you don't know all the parameters of it, it's usually a lot harder than, like, if you've got a good photo ID of it, or you've seen a picture of it online or something. Like, you know, you've got a better point of reference for finding it than just, I need a round object with a hole in the middle. Are you talking a donut? Are you talking a CD or a DVD? Like, you gotta give me some specifics. Is it edible? You know, do I put sprinkles on it, or do I put it into a DVD player? You know, like, is it a bagel? Can I make a grilled cheese bagel out of it? Oh god, I'm making myself hungry now. You know, you get the idea. Like, you need more specifics. And now that I know what the plant looks like, I know it's on Ceres, and I know one instance of the room that I'd find it in, I can refine my search and make it go a lot faster. You know, because, like, I gotta look in the supply closet rooms, pretty much. It's about the best way to put it. It's always what I call those little loot rooms that usually are dead ends that have, like, the security, that usually have a monitor in them so you can hack security. The little supply closet rooms. The broom closet rooms. It's always funny when you see, like, when all the spawns end up getting bunched up in one of those rooms, and there's, like, I wish I had it on film, but yesterday I ran into this with the Grenier map. I ran into, like, I gotta say, like, nearly a dozen Grenier all in one of those little rooms. It was hilarious to watch. And then pick them apart one by one because I was doing stealth runs. So, like, I went to the back of the line, killed the guy. His friends didn't notice. Went to the back of the line, killed the guy, next guy. You know, just kept going over and over again until I was spotted, because I was pretty sure I didn't get all of them. But, like, I killed, like, 3/4 of them before they even realized I was there. Which is always fun to watch. Although, speaking of, something I didn't get to bring up in conversation with some other people I was talking with the other day. But, on a stream. Well, not that I was streaming. Someone else wasn't. I was a guest there. I didn't get a chance to talk about it because, you know, it didn't come up in conversation properly. And, but just the idea... Because I was running around as Loki. And Loki is a frame that can go invisible. He's, like, the best at it, honestly. He has the best invisibility because it has no strings attached. It doesn't drain energy constantly. It's just an upfront cost. There's no restrictions on how fast you can move or what weapons you can use, although if you use weapons with sound, you'll blow your cover anyway, but you're still invisible. Versus, like, Ivara's, where if she uses a sounded weapon, she will become visible for a short time. Yeah.
They grow in some of the system's most hostile environments.
So I need one more, right? But yeah, I was running around as Loki. I was leveling up a melee weapon, so what I usually do these days is when I level up a melee weapon is, since I have the ability to put a bunch of mods in anyway with the way they changed the mastery system, is I put just like raw damage in the weapon, speed if needed, and I go as Loki and I run around doing stealth missions versus Grenier, because you can easily chain stealth to the 5 times experience multiplier very easily versus the Grenier, because they don't have anything that interacts with powers. So, like, yeah, you can pretty much just, barring, you know, your invisibility wearing off at a bad time, or sometimes the weapon isn't quite good enough to kill someone even with finisher damage, because, like, you know, sometimes you're fighting really high-level Grenier. They have a lot of health, even if they're not getting any of it protected by armor. So, you know, that happens. Or if the weapon is just particularly weak and it isn't a dagger, because daggers have covert lethality. Insta-kill on stealth finishers. Nope. I knew it was going to be here. Yeah, this is the other one I was talking about. Oh, hey, there's another one. Might as well. Might need it for another thing. See if there's any more down here before I go. I cannot imagine the fragrance of this flower would be any sort of pleasant. Like, I imagine it smells like the absolute biggest pile of ass. Like, the Raffalesta, the corpse flower? There's a reason it's called that. Because it fucking smells like a dead body. I mean, that's part of it. That's its, like, what do you call it? That's like its, hunting mechanism, so to speak. Because it's a carnivorous plant. It smells like dead meat. Animals are attracted to it. Well, bugs. I don't know the size of a Raffalesta off the top of my head. But the idea being that, you know, it fakes being prey to become a predator. It's about the long and short of it. So the idea that, you know, it's a trap. There's a trap! Pretty much. So, yeah. Like, and I imagine the Raffalesta, well, I mean, since it's literally consuming dead meat in the form of the things it captures, would probably smell just as equally rank. Or this dragon thing, but I gotta figure out what this plant is called we're looking for. Hang on. The Dusklight Sarentia. Probably smells pretty bad too, because it literally lives in toxic waste. So, yeah, it probably stinks pretty bad. Or it smells like nothing, because some toxins are completely odorless, even though they're incredibly deadly. But it wouldn't smell pleasant. I know that much. Of course, then again, some perfumes are made out of incredibly stanky smells, but when processed properly, smell beautiful. So what do I know? So what do I know? Oop, bombard. Nope, 15 endo, not bad. So that's literally finding a rare core. Yeah, because every level of the core is worth 5 points. Yeah. So he just dropped a rare core. Alright, yeah, that's cool. I do like the new endo system. It's a little more straightforward. And it's definitely different than traditional disenchanting because, like, in most games where you have disenchanting, I mean, name a few. You know, World of Warcraft started the trend and then, you know, everyone started copying it. You tend to have to fill your loot tables with shit items so that there's just fodder to disenchant. And, like, that's not cool. That's kind of like the worst way to do it. Because then you've got all these cool-looking items you've made, because, like, somebody might use them, so you would have to design them to be usable items. But then they're not really usable because they suck. So only the desperate use them, or the aesthetically obsessed, and then everyone else just turns them into the generic powder, which may not even have an in-game model. Whereas in Warframe, they went, okay, we're going to make a disenchant system for the mods, only you can find the powder, air quotes, on the ground from monster drops. We cut the middleman. And you know what? That's cool. I think that's a good way to do it. In fact, a system I'm thinking of for a game I'm working on that I really need to get off my ass and do. Because I've kind of been on and offing it for a few years now. I was thinking I might do it like that. I mean, I kind of was. I was kind of doing it because, like, the crafting in that would have been like, you're taking the building blocks of the universe and, like, you're taking, like, their smallest form and willing them into a form that makes more sense, sort of thing. But, like, instead of it being, you have to break something to make something, although that would be included because, you know, salvaging, you could just find raw stuff. The raw stuff of the universe. And slap it together into something you can actually use, instead of it just being raw stuff. Like, instead of it just being the raw concept of fire, you could put it onto a weapon and it becomes a fire weapon. You know, that kind of thing. You know what? All of you die. And smash. Alright. Don't know why I'm fighting these people legitimately. Well, mostly because it's fun. But, and I also don't have another weapon equipped. I was doing sorties last night, and the last one was boss fight with only assault rifles. Grr. I always get a kick when the doors lock. I always get a kick out of when the doors lock when I'm Valkyr, because, like, it's like the enemies have realized, oh crap, she's literally not dying when we shoot her a million times, seal her in the room so that she can't get to us. Right? Like it makes sense, because it's like, well, we can't kill it, what do we do? Just lock it in a room and throw away the key. That always amuses me. I mean, it doesn't help that I can, you know, open the door myself, but it does slow me down, because then I have to, you know, possibly get out of hysteria, because I might run out of energy otherwise, and then get out of hysteria and hack the computer, and then I can resume the merry rampage, but with significantly more time taken out of my schedule. Now, I highly doubt it, but yeah, I didn't think so. These are, like, this isn't like a pool of stagnant water. This is literally, well, I mean, it is a pool of stagnant water, but this is literally just water in a bucket, pretty much, that they're using as, like, giant cooling vents for the mass production of the giant spaceship parts. I do love this kind of thing. This is like, this interests me. This sort of, like, mass production assembly line stuff. Like, this is basically blacksmithing on an epic scale. And I think that's kind of cool. Oh, hello. How come I can't scan him? I guess I had to have line of sight, and I didn't technically have it, like invisible wall kind of logic. Oh well. I didn't hit a single one of those shots. Ah, well. What can you do? What can you do? I was actually having a conversation on Twitter with someone I watch in DK Timontes' streams a lot recently. One of his mods. We were talking about what they posted. They posted a build for the Gridlock, which, as you know, is one of my favorite weapons, even if it isn't one of the better weapons in the game. And I was just like, yeah, man, Gridlock's awesome. And, you know, we just got into a conversation over Twitter over the aesthetic of the Grineer weapons. And as I put it, at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of them, because a lot of their weapons look like they had cancer, like their owners. But now that I'm kind of into it a bit more, admittedly, I'm using all Prime weapons at the moment, but, like, you know, like, I kind of like the way their weapons look. Like, yes, they look bad. They are not designed to be aesthetically pleasing. They are designed to be slapped together en masse and thrust into the hands of the troops as they're kicked out the door, right? But that's cool. Like, they've kept that fairly consistent, and I like that. And, like, admittedly, some of them look better than others. Like, the stuff that you don't ever actually see in the Grineer's hands that's, like, the Tenno, like, backwards compatibility sort of Grineer tech tends to look better. Like the Gridlock itself, for example. The Gridlock itself is not a weapon I've ever seen in a Grineer's hands. Yet. They might make a unit that has it at some point. But, as far as I know, at the moment, the Gridlock is a weapon made by the Tenno, but with the Grineer design intent. To, like, reverse engineer the potency of their ballistic weapons. Because, you know, they might make primitive weapons by sci-fi standards, but they're still pretty damn good. You know, they are... High-speed lead is still effective in whatever year this game is set in. Whatever far-off distant age is set in. Actually, if anything, the way the lore worked for the Sentients, since they have the, like, Borg assimilation damage thing going on, technically bullet weapons should ignore that. Because that's in the fluff how they beat the Sentients, the Tenno. They beat them with the old ways. With gun and blade. Right? Unfortunately, the way the game mechanics work, the Sentients can absorb damage from bullets too, because it classifies as the damage types. Because their mechanic just works on all the damage types, not just the elemental ones. Which it honestly should, I think. Because that would make more sense with the fluff. And it would also make it easier to fight them in a way that makes sense gameplay-wise. You don't use your laser beams, your plasma cannons, your even your explosives. You use your bullets and your arrows and your swords, against them. And your Tenno powers, because that's another thing that's supposed to be super effective against them. Because that's the whole reason the Tenno were able to beat them in the first place. And why, in the fluff for the second dream, Hunhow needs the Stalker. Because the Stalker is a Warframe, and thus can exist in the Void. Sentients cannot exist in the Void. It is poison to them. You know, to them it would be the equivalent of a human being attempting to go into the vacuum of space with no suit. Just instant death. Or at least nearly instantaneous death. So, like, yeah. That's why he needed the Stalker. Because then he went to the moon, brought the moon into normal space, which means the sentients can now go there and try to fuck up the Tenno, but then Lotus is like, you know what? Everybody wake up. And then we did. And that's the second dream. And it got really weird from there. But anyway, we've got our bits for this potion, whatever the fuck we're making. It's an anti-venom, but I don't know where we're applying it. I guess a mission will pop up when I have it in my inventory. At least I hope it will.
The ingredients you seek
Yeah.
are pretty easy to come by. They grow in some of the system's most hostile environments. You can see why we turn to you for help.
Effects unknown. I don't like the sound of that. Is this going to be a take drugs, kill a bear moment? As I think that's what this is going to be. I'm all down for that because it's hilarious. But, like, how does it work on a Warframe? Like... Actually, that does bring up an interesting question while we're waiting for this thing to build. If the Warframes are organic on some level, because they are. They're made out of... excuse me. Like, to give you an idea. These ones are a bad example. Here we go. Ninja Systems. Plastids are an infested tissue, meaning an organic substance. So, these Warframes are made out of organic substances, along with technological substances. Pardon me again. So, they're organic, and they need to be sustained in some way, because any system needs energy in to make energy out. That's just how it works. So, what exactly fuels Warframes? Like, are they just like phones that you gotta plug in on the ship every once in a while to keep them going? Do they just run entirely on the mojo that gives them the crazy powers in the first place? Are they plants? Like, do they just photosynthesize on mission? That's why they need oxygen? Well, no, plants don't process oxygen, they process carbon dioxide. But, you know what I mean, like, they still need a vital gas to photosynthesize, or Warframe synthesize, or whatever you want to call it. Frame synthesize. Like, they're just generating their own food is what I'm getting at. But, like, you need oxygen for that, which is why they can't exist in the vacuum of space, and they can't exist on survival missions when the air's run out. Or they start dying. Okay, find the shrine. You know, it would be easier to save it if you told me where it was, lady. I mean, pretty sure the mission will point me there anyway. Yeah, Earth Prime. In your loadout to play the mission. Oh, right. It's a usable. I have to have it in my pocket. I gotta go do that. Gotta go put it in me pocket. Turn this thing off. Where is it? Oh. Oh, yeah, that was something else they introduced. I'll slap that on. Sorry, Clem. I need the pocket space. Okay. Launches a magnetic prism to display your chosen glyph. Only one may be displayed at a time, and charges are unlimited. So, they're basically sprays. Communication. Where would it be to customize those? Profile? Yeah, here we go. Glyph. Sort by owned. What ones do you get for free? You basically get the ones that are the free profile icons. So, like, that's why it has the Excalibur one there. Let's get the Lotus symbol. There we go. Oh, it switches my profile too. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so we've got the thing. We've got the precious chummy jigger juice. Let us go see what's at the shrine. It's only level 20, so I'm pretty sure I don't need to have a specific loadout for this. Although it's kind of strange it's only level 20 when this is a quest you need to have done the second dream to have obtained. Oh well. I guess they just didn't want people to have to min-max.
The silver grove. Can you feel the purity? Always contaminated. Toxic. But here, everything is pure. Original. That's why your mission is so important. Can we risk losing this?
Lady, I hate to break it to you, but, giant Grineer machines aren't exactly pure. Just saying.
Silver grove, forgive this Warframe on your sacred soil, by water, by sky, by holy humanity. Bless our mission to defend you. No disrespect, Tenno, but I had to ask forgiveness from the grove. Carrying out this mission with the Warframe is a bit of a contradiction for us. Our shrine is nearby. Search around. I'll let you know when I can feel its energy.
Purists. Yeah, won't bother with those for the moment. Uh-oh. That's no good. World's on fire. I should have brought Hydroid. I should have brought Hydroid for this. He would have been able to put out the fires with his body. Turn into a puddle and save the world. Not getting any indication where this thing is. Other than Mrs. sensing its energy. Lady, this is a sci-fi setting. I'm pretty sure that energy has some kind of, like, basis in logic and science. And we can, you know, track it somehow. I mean, hell, even the Force, one of the most bullshit sci-fi concepts ever devised, has the midichlorians. Despite the many fans' protests to the contrary. And they can't even... what's hilarious is they can't even write that out of canon the way Disney wrote out a lot of the Star Wars canon. Because... actually, I'll get this one because it's a rare. Because it's in the canon movies. It's in the, like, first 3 movies of the chronological order. So, like, it's not like it's the extended universe. They can't brush that out. They can't brush that away. Which I think is funny. And also, what's also hilarious is that the main character of the N64 game Shadow of the Empire is both canon and non-canon at the same time. You know why? He appeared as a cameo in New Hope. But all of his, like, main books and stuff were obviously extended universe. So, like... they're a little up shit creek without a paddle there, which I find funny. It's like, congratulations, you own the property and nixed everything you didn't like about it, except you can't nix this part because it's part of the main canon. But yet it also really wasn't. Just a shit-eating grin, and it's the best shit-eating grin ever. Ah. Although I suppose a shit-eating grin, in truth, would actually be more of a grimace. Because obviously shit would not taste good.
I think this is... Yes, you're very close now. Look for a small opening in the rocks.
Don't get too excited, lady. Jeez. Okay. We are looking for an opening in the rocks. I wonder if we take too long to find it, she'll get pissy at us like Alad V did during Second Dream and just tell us where it is. Because he literally played hot cold with you, but then he got bored and got pissy and told you where it was eventually if you didn't find it in time. Okay, this might be it. No? Yes. Oh my.
Here, can you feel it? You found the shrine. Anoint it with your apothec.
Okie dokie. Okay, those are definitely Titania's butterflies. Saving the forest? I think. You died and were decomposed?
Did you hear that? Unbelievable. The grove, it speaks. My heart, wait. A new apothec. We will learn its recipe, forge its ingredients. The grove needs this. New Loka needs this.
What the hell?
It's time to wait.
Ah! What the fuck? I just got attacked by a wild pack of Lokis. What the fuck?
We are pure and true. Forgive our intrusion. Will you accept our protection? The Silver Grove must be confused about our pure and holy intentions.
You know what they say about good intentions, lady.
That may hold the key to making it understand.
So, we just gotta evac now? Okie doke. So, that was weird. Wild pack of nature-obsessed Lokis freaking attacked me. Knave specters. Freaking, grab that one since this is a rare. The pine cones aren't hard to get, it's just those lilies are the less plentiful kind of plants, so... I know how to aim, I swear. Mostly because I'm on the move here. But, yeah. That was weird. Got attacked by a bunch of Lokis. Got, a new recipe for a new chummy jigger juice. And... oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to show off the cliff. Shibushki. Yeah. Awesome. So we basically have sprays in Warframe now. That's cool.
Mission complete. Excellent work.
Twilight Apothec Blueprint. And Titania's systems. That was the object she was talking about. Okay. So it's very similar to the Inaros questline where you do a thing, you get a piece, you build the piece. Well, actually, you don't need to build the piece to continue the quest, which is good because the building the piece takes some time.
How is it that a spectre came to be in this most sacred shrine? Could this be a vestige of some earlier Oral Kingdom incursion?
Lady, I think you're...
The codex system
Oh.
just pulled another voice entry from that apothec. Allow orders to display it for you.
Ooh, please do.
My childhood dream has become a nightmare. I don't blame Margulis. She's as much a victim as the children we're working with. At first, the project seemed therapeutic and nurturing. I was myself. But now, transference therapy is being turned into a weapon. Now I build these vile weapons called Warframes, all for one purpose. Death. I've become everything I hate. I long for the discomfort of my damp tent, the sick, aimless trees, the barren soil. soul behind back there. Titanium is the next Warframe I've been commanded to build. But in secret, I've been siphoning resources from the project. I have an idea. A way back to that wounded land I call home. A way for me to forget this war and remember what I was.
Huh. Okay. So we're getting a little more fluff on the whole Tenno incident.
The Silver Grove is a pure and sacred force. Why would it be vandalized with such a message?
Lady.
You must hurry, Tenno. Grineer fires burn ever closer to the shrine.
The Silver Grove. In all the operators' missions on Earth, Ordis has not scanned an area quite so magical. Unique.
Whoa, that's not the alternate or...
Ruck's Claw. We had one of these plants in our greenhouse once, but a new recruit overwatered it. We haven't found any since.
Overwatered it. So... it wouldn't exist on a planet that's very moist. Like, Earth would be way too damp. Okay, get an idea where to look. You know, if it's like a cactus. Moonlight Jade Leaf, so I need one more of them. Lunar... what the fuck's a lunar pitcher? Okay, that's new. And Rook's Claw, which is the one she was talking about. Okay, we'll get the one more of the Jade Leaf one that I need. Real quick. Just the regular. Please and thank you. This will be where I cut for the episode, I think, because it's getting a little long here in the tooth. Thank you so much for watching. Twitter, Tumblr, and subscription are in the description as usual. Please engage in the subscription, because I would love this channel to grow as much as I've been neglecting it lately. Like that unfortunate houseplant. And the Twitter is a more accurate way of getting knowledge of when my updates occur.
There is a large platoon of Grineer Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
And Tumblr is just if you want more of me in particular without the annoyance of gameplay in the way. But yeah, that's about the long and short of it. So, this has been Warframe, The Silver Grove. Thank you so much for watching, and ciao for now. Grineer go down the hole.